Who's House, Rams House. You know who we rollin' with. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast. Hit like, share, and link. Who's House, Rams House. You know who we rollin' with. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast. Home of the champions. Who's House, Rams House. You know who we rollin' with. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast. Hit like, share, and link. Who's House, Rams House. You know who we rollin' with. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast. Home of the champions. When I need a scoop on the league, I hit up the dream team. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast.
Welcome to episode 7 of the Golden Rams Buzz Podcast with Chris, Damon, and Sal. Today our special guest will be Steelers superfan, Cesar Charles. Wait till you see us interview him. He's the biggest Steelers fan in California. And also, before we start, I'm going to give a big shout out to OG Nam, Rams superfan, who had a deal on ice coolers, and he found it, and he shipped it to every Rams fan, met it with them, shipped it out to people's homes. Thank you once again, Rams fan OG Nam, for the iced Rams cooler, which we use at every tailgate I attend. Thank you, OG Nam.
Alrighty, guys. So after a lackluster first half with the score, Arizona was beating the Rams 9-6. Rams come back in the second half and scored 28 points, shut out Arizona to defeat the Cardinals 26-9. Kyren Williams led the way with 158 yards rushing and a rushing touchdown. And Cooper Kupp led the way with 7 catches, 148 yards, and a touchdown. Thoughts on the game?
My thoughts on the game were this. We're like playing around. I feel like we're playing around. I mean, another NFL team. They're not going to come in and get, but they're like a little momentum going on. Say, why don't we run the ball? Why don't we run the ball? I think a lot of times McVegas in his head, he wants to go by his playbook. He wants to throw. But a lot of times, if you just play smash mouth, and you saw what happened.
Exactly.
And then you saw what happened when we doing that. We lost 2 running backs. But we ended up winning the game, but I like the running, keep on running. And as you see, it turned out well. Rams win, and
yeah, I kind of felt the same way. I mean, it started off, it was kind of a slow game, kind of slow moving, kind of boring in the first half. But it was nice in the second half for the Rams to go back to the running game. Because, the young offensive line, they're starting to develop that cohesiveness, game by game. And it was nice to see them dominate the defensive front. But, it came at a price where the Rams lost 2 backs for a couple of weeks. But the good thing is, the Rams' passing game's already on point, so to be able to incorporate a running game is going to really help the Rams down the road.
That's true. Speaking of those 2 backs, Kyren Williams tweaked his ankle in the game. Looks like he'll be missing this week against the Steelers. And Ronnie Rivers' leg is going to IR for 4 games with a knee injury. Yeah. So we brought up our rookie. We drafted in the 6th round, Zach Evans. He played at TCU, then he finished up at Ole Miss. So, he comes from 2 good power five schools. Yeah. And then also we promoted Royce Freeman, ex-Oregon Duck running back. He's been in the league a few years. And then we also signed Myles Gaskin. Leonard Fournette was out there. He went to Buffalo, didn't sign there. I thought maybe the Rams would give him a shot, but not really. Who would you guys like to see?
We also got Darrell Henderson, though.
Darrell Henderson.
So he has familiarity with the Rams. In Super Bowl, he helped us a lot in the Super Bowl. And he's familiar with the offense. So, the Rams lose 2 backs and get 3. So we're going to see how this turns out because Steelers are looking at this.
And then you should go with Zach Evans or Royce Freeman?
Zach Evans. I think Zach Evans.
I like them both, but Freeman's a physical back, so he can kind of.
Plus, he's been in the league. He's got some.
Yeah, he's a veteran. He'll give you the tough yards, but I think Evans is pretty good. I can call him averaging like over 6 yards to carry.
True.
So he's really capable. If the Rams block like they did against the Cardinals, he should be less than a nice run.
Alrighty, now I was looking online, listening to some people on the radio, and people are very, very concerned about Puka Nacua's drops lately. What's you guys' thoughts on that?
Well, he's a rookie. You're going to get drops. Like Jerry Rice dropped a lot of passes his first couple years in the NFL. You got to get adjusted. He's not going to catch every ball thrown to him. I know he missed an open touchdown. But, it is what it is. He's a rookie. Jitter. Anything can happen. You don't know what you're going to get with rookies a lot of times.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought we got spoiled with the first couple of games.
That's true.
Cooper Kupp was that. He set the standard so high that, we thought he was another Cooper Kupp. Which he's great and he's learning and stuff, but you're going to make, mistakes like that. But I have all the confidence that, he'll be making the plays when they need him most. So it's all good. It's just growing pains for him. But, he, works as hard as he did before in training camp and also the Rams will be fine.
Okay, sounds good. So now we're going to talk about our next opponent. The Tiffany Dynasty. This is a legendary franchise. 6 Super Bowls. Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll be right back.
Bristow, owner of Value Tinas. We've been here for about 20 years. I've been the new owner for about 2.5 years. We're all about consistency, quality, and bang for your buck. We're located on Valley View in Lamson, 12385 Valley View Street. We open at 11, close at 9, 7 days a week. Welcome.
Okay, guys, we got a special guest. Like I said, Pittsburgh is a Tiffany franchise, legendary. We got the Mr. CZ Weezy. Lamont, take it away.
Now I'm gonna tell you a story about CZ Weezy. My grandma's from Santa Ana. We grew up in Santa Ana, California. I lived there as a kid, right? And 2 doors down from my grandma, he lived there. Okay, and I'm 9 or 8 years old. He's 6, 7 years older than me. But I just remember him always wearing Steelers stuff, and I'm wearing Rams. And he tried to, hey, what's up, little Demond? I was known as little Demond. So he lived 2 doors away from me, and then right across the street from me, right across my grandma's house, Justin Mills, another Steelers fan. So I've been around Steelers fans forever. This guy right here, I know for a fact is the biggest Steelers fan in California, because when the Steelers played the Rams, I called him, and he was plugging me with everything in Pittsburgh, and he lives in Compton now. So once again, the biggest Steelers fan in the nation to me in California, CZ Weezy. Okay. What made you a Steelers fan, man?
Man, y'all really want to hear this?
Let's do it. Let's hear it.
Check this out.
Alrighty.
I was like 9 years old. You understand me?
Okay.
9.
Okay.
My grandfather, prominent worker in Compton,
Okay.
was a Ram fan. I wasn't knowing about no damn football, but Grandpa took me to the game. Me and my cousin. We at the Rose Bowl, 79-80.
Okay.
Rams winning. Grandpa bought me popcorn and the soda pop. He didn't give a damn about us. I'm looking at my cousin like, man, what we gonna do? He said, man, you better shut up. Grandpa would. I said, all right. So we sitting there, and then I'm old school. There was some gorillas in the mist before Ice Cube. It was about 4 gorillas that was in the end zone, and it's intriguing me. Long story short, Rams is winning. Pittsburgh score. The lady next to me stood up like, yes. I stood up like, yes. Like a gorilla in the mist. She gave me a terrible towel.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I was still a fan ever since. But I'm going to show you how you go, though. My cousin said, man, Grandpa going to kick your ass. Leaving the Rose Bowl, driving from Rose, passing back to Compton.
Okay.
I'm waving the flag. Yeah. Move forward. My grandfather passed like 10 years ago. But every time I went to my grandfather's house, he said, damn. If my grandfather, I'm going to keep it real, would have bought me a souvenir, I would have been a Rams fan.
Uh-oh.
But guess what? I ain't today, boss. Pittsburgh, yay.
Okay.
West Coast, Steel City. By Compton, Santa Ana, and Pittsburgh. Now, what y'all want to do? How you doing over there, brothers?
So, CZ Weezy, let me ask you this, brother. Who's your favorite Steeler of all time?
Man, Franco Harris, immaculate catch. You know what I'm saying? They say it wasn't real, but it looked real to me. I'm just saying. You got any more questions? You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
My question is this.
Mm-hmm.
You traveled how many games have you been to this year?
Went to Pittsburgh, Houston.
Wow.
But he just LA thing for sure. And then I'm going to Seattle for my birthday too. You know what I mean?
So you guys travel like a contingency of people like
Oh yeah. Hey, when we move like what's the word I want? Like it's a wave.
Okay.
Hey, when we show up, Pittsburgh here.
Black and yellow?
That part too.
Let me ask you a question. Did you take over Vegas when the Raiders played? Did you take over that stadium?
What? Shit. Hey. Oh, hey, they should have gave us all the tickets. They ain't show for that motherfucker. That's a damn show. Yep. And CZ Weezy was there. Black and gold, baby. Still pride, baby. HOS, baby.
I have a question for you. Your best friend's a Steelers fan, a Rams fan, right? Come on in.
Yeah, come on in, Lance. God
Come
damn.
here, baby.
Oh.
Come here, baby.
L Boogie in the house.
Let's go, Rams.
Oh, no. Oh.
Rams.
Oh, no.
Let's go.
Oh,
Talking
no.
all this noise, right?
Oh.
So what? Y'all got a Philly bet going on? Explain, dog.
All the time.
All the time.
Like I tell him, we in the man cave. It's all Pittsburgh now.
Okay.
It's a man cave.
Tell the truth.
But you know what? We are the champions of that man cave since it opened.
Whoa. Hey, he got it. Because I'm a real fan, yeah. But at the end of the day, though, 6.
Question. You coming to the tailgate, right? What? You
I'm
gonna come to my tailgate, right?
I'm coming to your tailgate. I'm going to be cha-cha and boogalooing. So look for CZ Weezy.
Let me ask you a question. How does it feel to be in the house of the biggest Rams fan in California, Sal Martinez? Look at this. I mean, this is a beautiful view, isn't it? This beautiful scenery up in here.
So, so with that being said, Mr. Martinez, Sal, pleasure meeting you, my brother. And yeah, co-partners over here. You know, they kind of got me strapped up, y'all. But you know, I'm a man. I can handle it. But it's a beautiful sight. It's beautiful as fans, and you know, to collaborate as one another. And I appreciate you, brother. I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? No. After Sunday, y'all might not want me to come back, but you know, but I'm welcome to all invites. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
With that being said,
Whose house?
Rams
Whose house?
Rams house.
Whose house?
Rams house.
Six house. Six house.
Take
a break. The Rams Bakery located in all locations. Stateside, nationwide. Take a break. The Rams Bakery. Whole grain loaf. Fish briquettes. Ciabatta rolls. Regular rolls. You guys know you can't make a sandwich without bread, right? What are you going to use for your peanut butter jelly sandwich? You need bread. Why not take a break from the Rams Bakery? For all your tailgating needs, all your family holidays, your family functions. Take a break with the Rams Bakery at all retail locations in California and nationwide. You see the hat? You see the shirt? Podcast sponsor and tailgate sponsor, the Rams Bakery. Take a break. We'll see you at tailgate.
Enough said, come on. Whose house? Rams house. You know who we rolling. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast. Hit like, share a link. Whose house? Rams house. You know who we rolling. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast.
All right, that was a great segment with CZ Weezy and Lance. Thanks you to those guys right there. All right, so what I'm gonna tell younger Ram fans is the first Super Bowl the Rams ever played in was against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, Sal, how long have you been a Rams fan for?
Since 1969.
So around 1979-80, you're driving your Coupe de Ville, you got your hair flowing, you had your 8-track going, the Rams were in the Super Bowl. So tell me, how was the buzz around 79-80 when the Rams played? People don't think it was a Rams home game, but I think it was because the Rams were playing in Anaheim. But the Super Bowl was at the Rose Bowl.
They were playing in LA.
Well, the Rams at the time the Rams were playing. That was their last season in LA.
LA. Okay.
So yeah, that was the '79 season,
right?
And they played at the Rose Bowl for the Super Bowl,
right?
And then after the Super Bowl, they went to Anaheim Stadium from '80 to '94.
Okay.
But the buzz at that time, it was so interesting because the Rams had for 5 years in a row, the Rams had one of the top teams in the NFC.
Right.
And so
Chuck Knox, right?
Yeah, Chuck Knox.
Yes.
So he won the divisional titles and all. And then the year that the Rams went to the Super Bowl, they went to the Super Bowl with a 9-7 record.
That's crazy.
So they got hot at the right time.
Right.
There were so many injuries along the offensive line, the receiver, running backs. So the Rams, that team was pretty much all heart. And it was amazing they got hot at the right time. And although they lost 31-19 to the Steelers,
right,
that was still one of the greatest moments of being a Ram fan.
That's awesome.
The Rams.
That's a great story.
Yeah, DeMar always talks about no moral victories. But
right.
That was a moral victory because
that's fair.
The Rams. You talk about the mighty Steelers, who
But they were in the last leg too, right?
That was the last of 4.
Well, they were the team of the decade. The '70s, they were amazing.
Right.
So they were still they had star players at every position.
Right.
And so they went up against the Ram team. One thing that I was proud of is Pittsburgh Steelers' run defense was pretty tough, and Wendell Tyler was able to have a big game that day. So
okay.
There was a lot of things to be proud of, but we lost, but it's all good.
Oh, yeah.
Question: that was the last of the Steelers. That was for the fourth Super Bowl they won, and that was the end of the Bradshaw era of the Bradshaw, John Starworth, Lynn Swan. That group was the last one to win 4, and then years later they won 2 more. But that was the last group of the ones from the 70s to the 80s. Each team had the decade.
But out of all the teams I've seen, as a fan, that was probably the most dominant, sports franchise.
Oh yeah.
And their fans are very passionate.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty, guys. So we said a few weeks back we had a segment we're talking about Super Bowl being played possibly overseas. Lo and behold, Sunday, Roger Goodell says that within the next 10 years, a Super Bowl could be possibly played in London. So, what you guys thought, guys?
Man, NFL's about money and business.
Agree.
Come on,
I definitely agree.
But if you do that, or I'm a Rams fan. When I go to London and travel, and then what time would the Super Bowl play? Because when it's played, the time zone and all that, the players, the Rams are. Pretty soon they're going to be playing in Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? So the Super Bowl could be played anywhere because the NFL's about money. So it's a soccer.
Right.
London's known for soccer and all that stuff. But I thought it was a Jacksonville Jaguar homes.
Yes.
Yeah, me personally, I don't like it.
Okay.
Because, the NFL has been, a sport for United States sport.
I agree.
And to take it out of the country, I see the fans are starting to grow in these different countries, but they're not passionate like,
Right.
like Americans are.
That's
Because
true.
we grew up with that. But, it is all money, and I don't think a lot of people would be able to afford those games. It'd be a lot of the elite people, and the true fans would have to watch it at home.
That's true. All right, now we're going to talk about the Week 6 games. Browns beat the 49ers 19-17. Here's a crazy stat. Kyle Shanahan is 1-9 against teams coached by Jim Schwartz. If I don't know that stat, I would place money on the Browns. What's you guys take on the game?
That was a shocker to me because nobody I knew. I mean, I can't.
DJ Walker at
Yeah, I
quarterback?
never picked. I would never say the other team's game. I was going for the Browns, but I saw. I was like, wait, they really won?
Right.
Like all that stuff, and just and then the Niner fans say, because the penalties. But if they would have won, that never would have been brought up.
Right.
So thank you, Cleveland Browns fans, team, for beating the Niners, a team we cannot stand.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, I've been saying all along that anybody can beat anybody in the NFL. They were always talking about the Eagles and the Niners being the dominant teams, and they both lost to backup quarterbacks, and teams that are struggling. So any team could be beat. I think the Rams match up well against the Eagles and the 49ers. So
Okay.
I'm excited about that, but I just think that, the NFL is completely different. I think a lot of the teams that people thought were going to do really well are kind of struggling.
I agree.
The teams that no one really gave a chance are starting to come on.
Now, speaking of-
there's a lot of football left.
Yeah, speaking of parody, are you guys a fan of parody, or do you guys like dominant teams?
I like Purdy because Purdy, you never know who's going to win. Unless it benefits my team, of course.
Of course.
Now, if the Rams win the next 3, I love it. But,
Right.
you don't know who's ever going to win. Like, New England, you're like, okay, they play NFC East with their triple back. You know they're going to a runway to home field advantage.
Right.
But I like Purdy because you never know who's going to win or who can win. As the Eagles, they lose to the Jets. Who's seen that? But
Yeah.
we know teams are never going to make it. The Jets are never going to make it to the Super Bowl. The Broncos are not going to make it this year. So they're done. So they're just playing for
Well,
draft.
they may make it, but they'll be in the stands. So it's going to take them a bus and a bus driver.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm just kidding. For the Jets, you got to go back to Joe Namath when
That's
when they
crazy.
were relevant. But
Broadway.
Yeah, Broadway Joe. Yeah. So I think it's kind of cool when you look at a lot of the teams that are getting a chance. And parity is important because before, teams with the most money were the
That's true,
dominant
too.
teams. You look at the Cowboys and the 49ers. They got a lot of their championships when because they could outspend people. So
Yeah.
parity is important.
Speaking of the Jets beat the Eagles on Sunday 20-14. Now, here's another crazy stat. The Jets have never beaten the Eagles ever. They played 12 times, and the Eagles were 12-0.
That's crazy.
What you guys think?
I think that's a bigger upset than the Niners losing to the
I
Browns.
definitely agree with that.
Because nobody picked the Jets to beat
Right.
the Eagles. Like, they're coming in, and it's funny because people are like, the Eagles are not the same. I'm like, dude, they're still in first place.
Right.
Last year, they're 5-0, whatever, 6-0, 5-1. Like, there's so many people that are like down in these teams. Casey doesn't look the same. Casey's about to win a division.
Yeah.
The Eagles don't look the same. Okay, they're about to they're fighting the Cowboys. So
That's true.
the Eagles lose to the. They're not going to go undefeated, so they have to lose a game or two. I thought it was going to be the Rams, but hey, the Jets beat them. So
I think for a lot of young fans, they don't, fantasy football has really changed
It
the
has.
fan base. A lot of fans only look at numbers, and numbers don't always tell the story.
That is true.
Football is still a game of attitude, and you have to want to, the will to win. And a lot of these teams, you can look at stats, and stats are so misleading for a lot of these teams. A quarterback may throw for 400 yards, and they said he had a good game. But if you're losing, you're trying to catch up. So
Yeah.
that's never a good
yeah.
thing.
Oh, we both know Nicole.
Yeah.
We have to have her address on the podcast
Yeah, yeah.
because she's a Patriots fanatic
Right.
and she knows her Patriots stuff. We
Right.
talked about all this. They're done.
Yeah,
And I don't know where they're going to finish like top 3, but just don't pick Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
because
please.
Yeah, but we know New England, they're done. I don't know if Belichick's going to get fired this year, but they may not win 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
They just
So you say she's a diehard fan?
yes, born and raised in that area.
Is she
yes.
as diehard as a Charger fan?
We don't have her as a guest on the podcast. Nicole, you heard that. We're going to have you as a guest on the podcast.
She said she was a diehard Charger fan, and they showed her wearing a white.
Yeah, she said I'm usually LA from Minnesota, but
Yeah, but it's still right. Yeah, come on now. No, I think it's cool. Patriot fans, they had their heyday. Now, I respect fans that stay loyal to their team.
Exactly.
So if she's still loyal, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for her.
All right, guys. Lions beat the Bucks on Sunday 20-6. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. They might not agree with me. I think Jared Goff is the MVP of the league right now.
I got something better than that. I shouldn't even say this. Detroit's the best team in the NFL.
Woo! You guys
Detroit Lions are the best team in the NFL.
Wow.
You look at that and you wow. Okay, start again.
Okay, so guys, remember, let's start with 7 games. Games of the week. Lions versus Ravens.
I gotta go for the Ravens because I can't.
That's fair.
We need the Lions to lose because
No,
they're in the NFC. I can never. Now I got the. The Rams are 3-3. I think Sal posted it as if the playoffs didn't start, but they even play the Eagles, so I can't go for the Ravens. I need the Ravens to beat the Lions just for NFC purposes.
You got a score, Devon?
Ravens. This will be a grind out game.
Yeah.
21-17.
Yeah, I'll go with the Ravens also. I would say 24-14.
I'm going to go for the Lions. If the Lions win this game, they're definitely going to be for real. I think the Lions win this game 28-17. Alrighty, guys. Let's go with the Chargers versus the Chiefs.
Chargers do Chargers stuff. Man, you saw the last game going forward. They really just had those 3 points when they were talking. We already know Ben Steady's done. So, with that being said, Chargers and Chiefs, is it Monday night or Thursday night? Or just
Sunday. Yeah,
is it KC?
Yes.
Chiefs 48 to 28.
Yeah, wow, that's going to be those divisional games are really tough, especially for the Chargers. I would say 38-17 Chiefs.
I think the Chargers are going to man up and win this game 28-24. Alrighty, guys. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a early Super Bowl matchup. Dolphins versus the Eagles.
Ooh, dang, that's a good matchup. Where are they playing at?
I believe it's in Philly.
You think the track need to happen? Because they got track stars in Miami.
And Eagles just signed Julio Jones. I mean, exactly. Yeah.
Dang, I can't. I need the Eagles to lose for NFC purposes.
Right.
That's my new model, NFC purposes. Miami Dolphins 28, Eagles 24.
I think the Dolphins are going to blow them out.
Wow.
I'd actually say I'd go 38-17. I think they're really going to blow them out. The Eagles are good, but they're not that good. I think that they will blow them.
I think the Dolphins are going to win too. I think Tyreek Hill is going to have over 200 yards receiving. I think the score is going to be 35-27. Dolphins over the Eagles. CeeCee Weezy, get over here.
And you too, Lance. Come here. Lance, come here, boy.
Let me step behind.
Okay.
Let the chef step behind you now. Chef step behind you.
Rams fans, this is the game you've been waiting for.
Yep.
Rams versus the Steelers.
Let me take this one first.
Okay. You guys think Snoop's going to be there?
Yeah, Snoop will be there.
Okay.
But what you really root for?
Exactly. So Rams versus Steelers, we're all going to give our predictions. DeMond started off.
Okay, we already know the Steelers fans are going to take over. It's going to be 90% Steelers fans. Oh my God, who cares? But if the Rams win, all the Steelers fans are going to walk out the stadium. With that being said, Aaron Donald's going to have 3 sacks. TJ who? Anyways, Pickett's going to throw picks. Rams 38, Steelers 17.
Well, that's a good score. I would say Rams 31, Pittsburgh 16.
Well, the problem is, of course, both our backs are out.
Right.
Rivers and Williams. So with that being said, I think Stafford probably throws for over 300 yards this game.
Yeah.
I think they're going to beat him through the air, and I think the Rams are going to have a good game plan. McVay lit a fire under that offensive line, so T.J. Watts may not even have a sack.
Okay.
I say Rams 28, Steelers 17.
CeeCee Weezy.
Okay. He's saved the best for last. Let's see what he's got. Okay.
Hey, check it out. I'm just gonna go smoke the cigar. See y'all on Sunday night. Peace.
You got a score?
You got a prediction?
Yeah.
A W. That's all I
Hey.
I'm going to give my score. I'm a diehard Rams fan, but I think we lose this game. What? I think we lose 27-21. Rams lose.
West Coast.
Whose house?
Rams house.
Whose house? Big shot trying to get CZ. Lance. Hey, big shot who's shot by J Bro.
Everybody.
He had the tailgate. He has tailgate videos coming. Woo!
Yeah,
baby. Hey, Jay. Take a picture of this. Oh, my bad. Take a picture of this. Sit down. Go ahead.